Hey there, welcome to The Explainer. So look, we live in this hyper-connected world, right? We're checking our phones literally hundreds of times a day, and honestly, our mental health is paying the ultimate price for it. But what if I told you that the ultimate science-backed toolkit for modern mental resilience isn't actually a shiny new app? What if it's a system that's been around for thousands of years? Let's dive right in.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with ancient Indian knowledge systems, move into the benefits for mental health, check out some essential poses and mudras, go over small daily lifestyle changes, and wrap up with the core principles for healthy living. All right, kicking things off with Part 1, Ancient Indian Knowledge Systems.
So, the Indian Knowledge System, or IKS, basically completely reframes how we think about modern fitness. It's this beautiful, holistic wisdom tradition that was developed over millennia. Think of it like a complete ecosystem integrating your mind, body, and life. You've got yoga for physical postures, which gives you great strength and flexibility, sure, but then you add in dhyana, which is meditation for inner calm. Then there's pranayama, regulating your energy through breath work. Toss in Ayurveda for your nutrition, Vedanta for the philosophical foundation, plus mindfulness and mantras, and boom, you have this incredibly comprehensive, totally timeless system for preventative health.
Which brings us right to Part 2, Benefits for Mental Health.
Okay, before we even touch on complex psychology, we absolutely have to talk about biology. These practices act as a direct, immediate antidote to all our fast-paced modern stressors. Seriously, when you engage in these ancient techniques, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system. That dramatically lowers your body's stress response. You are, quite literally, hitting your biological reset button.
And once you lower that stress response, you trigger this awesome cascade of psychological benefits. By calming the nervous system, you naturally reduce anxiety. That unlocks way better focus and clarity during your day, which, you guessed it, leads to much deeper sleep at night. Stacking all these things together doesn't just make you feel better today, it builds deep, long-term emotional resilience and self-awareness for whatever the future throws at you.
Let's get practical. Part 3, Essential Poses and Mudras.
First up is Balasana, which you probably know as child's pose. This is a super grounding position, and it's specifically designed to release all that physical tension we build up in our backs and shoulders. And the best part, you only need to sink into this for like 30 to 60 seconds with some deep breathing to feel immediate stress relief. It is absolutely perfect for when you just need a quick midday pause.
Next is Vrikshasana, or tree pose. This one is all about using physical grounding to create mental stability. By forcing yourself to stand tall, find your center of gravity on one single leg, and breathe steadily, you're actively training your brain to zero in and focus. It perfectly bridges the gap between physical balance and mental clarity.
Then we've got Shavasana, or corpse pose. Now, I know it looks like you're just lying down on the floor, but let's be real. For hyperactive modern humans, doing absolutely nothing is actually the hardest pose of all. Practicing this deep relaxation for just 5 to 10 minutes a day gives your body the permission to completely let go. It profoundly resets your stress response after a long, intense session of focus.
And hey, it's not all full-body poses either. Take the Gyan Mudra. By simply bringing your index finger and thumb together and just sitting with slow, intentional breathing for 5 to 10 minutes, you drastically enhance your concentration and clarity. It's so subtle, you could literally do this right now, right off camera during your next Zoom call, and nobody would even know.
Moving right along to Part 4, Small Daily Lifestyle Changes.
So what does a highly actionable daily routine actually look like? Well, it's all about micro habits. For example, taking 2 to 3 minute stretch breaks every hour. Come on, that is incredibly easy to fit into a heavy study or work session. Pair that with a morning sunlight walk, some mindful eating and hydration, just 10 minutes of meditation, and a solid pre-bed digital detox with a consistent sleep routine. These tiny adjustments will completely transform your daily mental baseline.
Talk kindly to yourself. Use positive affirmations. Look, amidst all the physical routines, the stretching, the breathing, maintaining a positive internal dialogue is a core pillar of this entire system. How you speak to yourself inside your own head, that matters just as much as how you stretch your body.
Finally, Part 5, Principles for Healthy Living.
The foundational principle here is ahimsa. Yes, it's an ancient Sanskrit term, but it translates perfectly to our modern, everyday lives. It's about practicing self-compassion and adopting non-harmful habits towards yourself and others. Because before we can be truly healthy, we've got to stop punishing ourselves with toxic routines and those really harsh internal judgments.
The second principle is satya, which means engaging in honest self-reflection. To accurately understand and regulate your true emotional needs, you really have to be radically honest with yourself. It's about stripping away all the noise and just asking, hey, what do I actually need right now to be well? And you support those mental shifts with some firm physical boundaries. We're talking choosing sattvic foods, meaning fresh, balanced, low sugar and low caffeine meals, so you avoid those massive energy spikes and crashes. It means maintaining strict boundaries for a healthy work-rest balance and committing to daily pranayama breathwork and intentional rest, because your physical inputs directly dictate your mental outputs.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer, but I want to leave you with a direct challenge right now. Which 10 minutes of your day will you claim for mindful breathing? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Look, you have the ancient toolkit, you know the science, and you've seen how easy these microhabits are. Now it's just about claiming that time for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one.